Hi guys, hello beautiful people. It's me again, Queenmaryo Worldwide as always. As promised, I'm back with part 2 of our pandemic series. And yet again, I spoke to a number of people, friends, family, well-wishers, friends of the house, to get their opinion on the lessons they've learned from the pandemic. And they came through again. So if you would like to hear what they had to say, please do well to keep watching to the end. And while you're at it, don't forget to do the needful. You know the drill already, and that is to subscribe if you haven't done already. Comment in the comment section. Yes, guys, we want to engage with you. Are you like me that sees the silver lining in every cloud? Is your cup half full or half empty? Tell us in the comment section. Engage with us. Let's hear what you have to say. Like the video. Share, guys. I'm really, really grateful. Thank you so much for always coming back. And for the new subscribers, you're most welcome. You're most welcome. You're all royalty. Welcome to Queenmaryo Worldwide. Thank you, guys. Stay tuned. God bless you. Love you so much. Thank you. See you soon. Bye.
Hello, hi. I'm Kosiso Uwezoke. I'm a pharmacist and I live in Asaba, Nigeria. I will quickly share my perspectives on 2020 and how COVID affected it, the lessons that I learned. One thing I know for sure is that 2020 came with lots of disrupted plans due to the COVID lockdown and all of that. And it also came with great and amazing opportunities for some people. But one thing I know I took out of 2020 was this scripture, Proverbs chapter 19, verse 21, that says, "Many are the plans in a man's heart, but it is the Lord's counsel or the Lord's will that will prevail." Many of us made so many plans. I made many plans, but those plans didn't even fall through. We were locked down, we had to stay indoors. And in that time, I learned to reflect more, learned to trust God more, learned to be creative. So I learned also to be really thankful for life. We know that in 2020, many people lost loved ones. Many people died, but we are here, we are alive, we are grateful. Made us realize that our time here is limited, so we have to make the very best out of it. And I also learned that you should plan, yes, but also be flexible in this plan. So if these plans don't work, it's not the end of the world. So many things or even better things will happen. So when you make plans A to Z, even if none of it works, we know that in the end you'll be fine because God's hands are in your life. So this is the major thing I took out of 2020.
For me, 2020 was a reset button for the entire world, for the entire globe. And it was a reset year. A year that came to reset our mindsets, a year that came to teach us new lessons, especially with the COVID experience. For me, I learned that my faith should be stronger than my fears. I learned to do business differently. I never knew the schools could be locked down. I always had this impression that, oh, there will always be students, there will always be pupils, because people will always have children. But I found out that no, that something can happen that will keep everybody at home. And I learned to run education online. I opened up new businesses, I learned to diversify. Beyond that, I learned that the globe can be locked down. So if you are one who thinks that you rule the world, there's the ultimate creator who rules over the affairs of men. And I think the COVID came to teach us that lesson, to focus on him as the ultimate. Unfortunately, there's a new surge and fear is coming again and all of that. But for me, I know that it's going to take me higher. By the way, I reside in Nigeria and my name is Bridget Russell.
Hiya, I'm Vicky from Essex. So I'm going to talk to you about what I've got out of the pandemic in 2020. So for me personally, albeit of course a very hard time not being able to see family, I did get to spend some quality time with my husband and my son, which doesn't normally happen because we work opposites. So that was really nice, and the weather was nice as well in May. And also in 2020 we purchased our first home together, so no more renting. So that's really exciting, and we move in on Saturday. So great way to start 2021 in our new home. I just want to wish everybody well and stay safe, and maybe I'll speak again. Bye.
Hello, I'm Helen Daibo. I live in Lagos, Lekki to be precise. My COVID experience, or my 2020 experience, was both good and bad. It gave you time to spend time with family, to focus on what's the most important things in life, which is your relationship with God, your health, and just being around family, your family. So with the COVID, you didn't have to, with the lockdown, the first lockdown, you have to spend more time with your family. Make sure your house is as comfortable as possible. There was no interference from friends, or you had to go for a function, or you had to go for a party and all that. It just means, COVID was like a time of, this year was a time of trying to survive the year, That was everybody's focus for this year. And then as much as possible, trying to reach out, try to help as many people as you could, just to show love, and then show love to your next door neighbor, show love to as many people as you could, which was what I did, and then it just brings to fore that, those parties, those things that we feel are more important, that we struggle for, are not as important as we thought they were, i.e. the parties, the clubbing, the hanging out every now and again, i.e. the shoes and bags. You have your shoes, you have your designer shoes, your expensive cars. You couldn't go out with those things, you couldn't use them in this year. I mean, because of the lockdown. You can't drive around your compound, and you can't stay in your car. You have to stay in a house. You have to stay with your family. So it just bring us back to basics. Wash your hands, hygiene, love God, love your family, because at this period we're all stuck with our family. Some good, some was not so good. I was happy to be with my family, so it just brings us closer to each other. So I thank God I'm alive to see the end of 2020, and by God's grace we'll all see 2021, and in good health. And in terms of business, this 2020 just gave a navigation on the businesses to look out for, i.e. health sector, food, agric, just people just needed to survive. Food was just the main thing this year. People needed to communication. Those are areas, pointers, and then, just being able to help, NGOs were good, because we were able to reach out to as many people as possible. Power was a good one. People needed to be comfortable. For interiors, I'm into interiors, so it wasn't such a good year for us, because there was no money it's when you have enough money that you can think of making your house more beautiful. So it had to stay at the background for a bit, but we pray that the year 2021 will be a better year for us and for everybody. Once again, Happy New Year in advance, and God bless.
Hi, good day. My name is Ufoma. I work for Jaguar Land Rover. Just talking about the year that just passed, the year 2020. It was a very, very unique year. For some people, they don't want to remember 2020. For others, it means something else. But I just want to say 2020 was the year that we learned to appreciate God. For the first time, merely to be alive was enough to say thank you, God. We normally draw our wish list every year. This is what we want to achieve, this is what we want to do, and when we fall short, we feel disgruntled with ourselves, the environment. But this was a year that if you were alive, no more, you try. COVID had put everything that could shake to shake. We know we lost friends, we lost good people, we lost holy people, we lost men of God, we lost people, but we never lost the hope that things will get better. And we keep hoping on it. And we know that 2021 will be better than 2020. It is a year of appreciation. I call it a year of thanksgiving. We all gave thanks. We all believed in God, or we believed in something. It was not a year to stand on your own. Well, that's it for me. Thank you. Have a great day.
Hello, my name is Caroline. Just wanted to share with you my experience and talk to you about COVID-19, which is a coronavirus disease 2019. I first heard about COVID-19 in December 2019 when I heard that it's a viral infection that arrived in Wuhan province in China. At that time, I didn't really think much of it rather than following what was happening in the news because I felt it was far away. And then around January of 2020, we heard that it had actually arrived in the UK. First, it said it came in from someone from Singapore. Then another man traveled through Singapore and I think Spain to UK and around about Brighton, and they said 11 people had it, and it was a disease that was transferable from human to human. So they first called it an epidemic because of the way it was transmitting between people, and suddenly whether or not it will be a pandemic, which is what the World Health Organization might call it. So it was a bit worrying the way it was spreading. And I work for a healthcare organization. At that time, we were asked to work from home whilst people were considering what this was. By March 2020, actually on the 23rd of March, the Prime Minister of the UK, Boris Johnson, then told us that as this is now a pandemic and we were going to have a lockdown, so that means locking down people in the UK more or less. So we're not allowed to stay away from our homes. We're not allowed to go out from our homes. So we're actually told to stay home, save lives, and protect the NHS. That was the mantra. So this means that we couldn't go out unless we had to go out for shopping or for medical reasons or to do other things that was essential. So so for me, it's really affected people around me in the fact that we were not able to do the things that we would normally do. So we were working from home, though I had been working from home previously occasionally, but this was more working from home. For my family, there are 5 adults in the family, so we're all working from home, having to identify our spaces and making sure that our internet service was okay to allow us to do that. And so having the booster set up so that we will be able to access our provisions to enable us to work effectively. So it's really affected us in that way. And then going to mass, we had to, obviously we weren't going to mass, the churches were closed. And so we attended mass virtually. Shopping, in terms of going shopping, it was really rushing, maintain your distance, have your face covering on, and there was panic buying. So the everything was going off the shelves. There was no flour, there was no egg, there were no eggs, and the amazing one was the toilet roll. So people were, just panic buying, amassing toilet rolls. I don't really know what toilet roll had to do with COVID, but that was it. So people were going around looking for toilet roll left, right, and center. And when you did find it, it was like gold dust. So I think that was one of the things that we had to deal with. So apart from the online mass, I must really say that that was really good. It helped my spiritual life in the fact that I was able to attend mass online daily, which I wouldn't have been able to do had I been going to work every day. So, and being able to, I think the parish that I was with had quizzes for us. So again, that again helped our social life. So I really must thank the priest because they did all they could to help our spiritual life. And working from home was okay, apart from the challenges that we do have in terms of trying not to work so long, in terms of staying on the computer for so long. And doing that virtually, we all learned how to use Zoom. Doing our work for Microsoft Teams, using Zoom. So a lot of things that we learned, having the face covering. I think one of the things that we were told about stopping the virus is really maintaining our distance and social distance and wearing face covering. And so personally, you'll feel okay. For me, I feeling I was doing my best. So when I go out, I make sure I had my face covering on, shopping or going out, having to maintain my distance. But then you'll see people who actually wear their mask right under their nose. You're wondering the mask is supposed to cover your nose, cover your mouth, but then some will even have it on their hand, waving it like a handbag, unless they wanted to get onto the public transport or to the shops, put it on under the nose. So people had different ways that they were doing it. So, but then you relied on everybody to do the right thing, follow the rules. And one thing that helped me was my daily exercise. I really made an effort to do a form of exercise, making sure that I go out just to get some fresh air every day and trying to eat healthily than I would normally would have done. So that was really helpful. So I suppose my advice to people, we're now in 2021, so we've had 3 sets of lockdown. As I can see, the government trying to manage the economy as well as managing lives. So the death rate was just rising. What started from 11 people catching it in Britain, now we have over or nearly 70,000 deaths, which is a lot of lives lost. It's been stressful, it's been challenging, not knowing directly, people directly that have died, but I've known of friends that have actually lost their lives to COVID and other conditions, because obviously the health service is stretched because they are trying to prioritize what is being done in terms of helping people. And people were even afraid of going into hospitals because they were not sure that the hospitals were safe to go to. So I think some people probably would have died because of that as well. So so it's really a very challenging and stressful time for everyone. And I suppose my advice, which is the advice I give myself, is to keep our social distance. Try to maintain that distance. Be mindful of others around us, and have our face covering on. And really remembering those who are actually giving their lives or giving their time, because we are running away from the virus. But then people who work in healthcare or other key workers have to actually go in to their work to help people. I have family members who work in health service. My sister is a doctor, my niece is a nurse, and in the social club that I'm in, quite a lot of my members are friends work in the health service. So it's very real. So if you feel that, I hear the naysayers, that think, oh, COVID is not real, but it is real, because you think of the numbers of deaths that we have and how much the government is given to really support the economy. So it feels as if they are giving free money to support the economy, but because there's a need for it. So my advice is that we all try to follow the rules, do our best to really get rid of the virus, and at the same time try to be safe, try to do our exercises, try to do everything we can to really help this virus to go. And then in 2021, we are fortunate now that we've been told that the vaccine is here. So they've started giving vaccines to people. There have been challenges, and there have been myths, and there have been anxiety about whether or not people want to take the vaccine, whether or not it's safe. So fortunately, some people have taken them, the different types of vaccines that we have available. So I suppose is to have an open mind when it's offered to take it, and whilst at the same time we are still maintaining our distance, wearing our spatial covering, and really following what rules that we've been given. Because if we don't do that, the virus is here to stay. And I think is going to be with us for a little while. So we do have to have some form of normality, to our lives, and trying to do the best we can for each other. So it's really a great opportunity to have this time to just talk about me and talk about my experience and talk about what I feel about COVID. And I want to thank Queenmaryo for the time she has given me to being able to share this. And I want to thank the people that work in the health service, the NHS, the independent providers, the people who work in care homes, the drivers, delivery drivers, those who work in the supermarkets, the teachers. So various people that have given time to being able to support us, being able to be there for us whilst we are all feeling very worried. They also are worried, but they've given their time to us to being able to do that. So I really owe an immense gratitude to everybody that have given their time to each and every one of us. And I think what we also need to do is to being able to appreciate what they have done for us and appreciate the sacrifices that they are making, and doing the best we can to follow the rules, to stay home when we are told to stay home, to save lives, and to protect the NHS. In 2021, by the grace of God, it will come to pass, and in the next year, by the grace of God, we'll have more things to give thanks to God for. The fact that we're alive today is by the grace of God. So we thank God for the opportunity. Thank you, Queenmaryo. Thank you, everybody. Stay safe and stay blessed. It's from Caroline, UK. Bye for now.